Hey guys, Scully here. So I wanted to make a video to show everyone how to play GOAT format on DuelingBook. We get these questions a lot, so I'm going to go through some of the stuff that's like DuelingBook specific and GOAT format specific. So once you make an account, all free to do on DuelingBook.com, you're going to click on Duel. Um, so right here in the main menu, this is an area that I think a lot of people get confused on and don't realize you can scroll. You see this gray bar here on the left? You can scroll down here, and when you scroll down here is where custom cards are, linked to Dueling Books Discord, their forums, your duel records. So you can click on the duel records and you can see all your previous games that you played. And then if you click on replay, it'll pop up the replay and a link. From there, you can do stuff like look at both players' hands. You can fast forward the duels. You can pause them, and you could copy the links. If you go on our Discord, you can share the links. We could go over the games together. But so then I guess the first thing you're gonna want to do, if you have not used Dueling Book before, you're gonna want to go to Deck Constructor. We'll start off with a new deck here. Just call it New Goats. So to start building your goat deck, one thing that is good to do is if you click over where it says more options, then click over to card pool, switch your card pool right off the bat to goat format cards. Click your name, press enter, and then it'll give you 94 pages of all the cards in goat format. Then if you click previous options over in the top right, you are able to go back over to the regular filtering options. So it'll click like monster, and we'll do lights. Click enter. If you right click, it'll put the cards right into the deck, or you can drag them over. So let's see. Start building our deck here. Notice it doesn't show that like Blackluster Soldier is limited to 1. It'll let you put 2 in right now because in current format Blackluster Soldier is at 3. But when you go to enter a game in the GOAT room, which I'll show you after this, it will say that your deck's not GOAT legal, so you do still have to follow the ban list. And so yeah, you can type in names if you want to filter farther in. So like type in MAG for Magician of Faith. So there's Magician of Faith. We'll add some magical merchants while we're here. And see, we'll do the same for dark monsters. Grab Dark Magician of Chaos, Breaker, Skill Darks. Let's see. So we'll go over to spells. So Metamorphosis, currently banned in regular Yu-Gi-Oh. So, but still lets you put it in here. However, since it's banned, it'd be limited to 1 traditional format, so it won't let you put in more than 1. So what you have to do is click bypass limit on the bottom here, and either right click or drag them in, and then you could get to your 3 metamorphoses that way. Just add in some staples. So you just type the names in quickly. You don't need the whole thing because we have the filters. It helps that. We switched them over to GOAT format. Add some traps. This is just going to be a random deck that we're throwing together here. You can go through like if you want continuous traps. So then like Call the Hunt, it would be under continuous. You go to counters. Oh, okay, then something else I wanted to show you guys too. So for like Sinister Serpent, it's gonna show the errata effect of Sinister Serpent, where it gets banished after you use the effect during the end phase or whatever. Dark Vision of Chaos, same way, says you get the card at the end phase. So it's not when you put these in your deck though, it'll show the new errata changed effects on them. But when you get into the GOAT format room, it will say the correct effects on them. It will not say these errata ones. So don't get too confused if it says the wrong effect right here when you're adding the card in your deck. When you're actually playing in the GOAT room, it'll be correct. Fusions. So let's see. Go to monsters. Fusion. So now since Dueling Book only lets you have 15, you're going to want to pick the fusions that you're going to use most likely. However, since a semi-recent update Even though once you put your 15 in here, once you're in the actual game, you can add more fusions while you're playing, and I'll show you guys how to do that inside of a game. And we'll just add... You can't right-click for the side deck. You have to actually drag the stuff in. Same thing, like it'll let me try to put 3 Abyss Soldiers here, but since it's semi-limited, once we try to go to a game, it won't work, so... Okay. Then you want to make sure you click Save Deck. So when you're entering tournaments, especially the GoFormat.com ones, you need to have the screenshot of your deck. The best way to do that is this little camera button in the right here. Click on that. You have to make sure you have your pop-up blocker turned off for Dueling Book to do this. And it does take a minute because it's going to generate a imager link. So then you'll have that to be able to like copy and paste for when our GoatBot asks you for the link of your deck. Another thing you can do is import and export decks. So you can click export, click OK for a download link, and then now you'll have your download link down here on the right. It lets you look over the cards and the decks easier. It's a good way to share decks with your friends. You just click download. You can also import decks. So you can click import deck, go to your downloads, or wherever you have the deck saved, and like I have different decks here. Click open. It'll ask, do you want to name it? Say okay. And then there's the deck there. So you want to click set as default. Click over to exit. So now we have the duel room. Inside the duel room, you have this is for the like if you want to find someone to play for the ranking. So click where it says advanced, and you want to switch it to GOAT format. And you can click either match or single with siding. The other way, if you want to play with your friends, just a random person, you click this right arrow here over on the bottom right under where custom cards are. You click that, and you'll get the GOAT room. So see someone here, Shadow Mirrors playing. Or if you want to host your own game, you're going to want to click the classic button. We're going to do GOAT format, single with siding, and then you would hit host duel. And then someone would be able to click on your name, and then you can click OK, reject the duel, or whatever. So someone, Beast Mode 96, click his name. I click accept duel, pick rock. I'm gonna go first. Since it knows it's in GOAT format now, it'll automatically do the old rules. So it'll automatically have me start with 6. Now, if you've never used Dueling Book before at all, the way it works is you basically hover over your cards and then click what you want to do. So we'll go, I want to set skilled White Magician, so I'll hover over it and then click set. I want to set my Magic Jammer. You click your phases, so really I should have clicked over to main phase 1 before doing any of that. Then I'll click my end phase and end turn. So while my opponent's turn is going, I'll show you guys with the fusion deck. So click view on your fusion deck. See, here's the 15, and then next to the X right here is a little plus. You can click on the plus, and he's activating Pot of Greed. I'm going to respond with Magic Jammer. Click declare, and I will discard a card. So back to the fusions. You'll click the plus. Oh, I want to summon Black Skull Dragon. I forgot to put one in my deck. I press OK. Okay. Oh. I want to add Flower Wolf. Press OK. Pop us up the Flower Wolf. See Sinister Serpent here. Now it doesn't show the errata effect. It shows the old effect of during your standby phase, if this card in your grave, you could add it to your hand. Ring of Destruction, same thing, doesn't show the errata effect that they would use in current format. Nobleman, so to banish stuff, you'd hover over it, click banish, click view on your deck. Oops, it's not a flip effect, so we don't search. That's pretty much the basics for how you move the cards around. Um, do one more turn here, see if anything cool I could show you. Yeah, nothing particular. So summon, you would just hover over it, show that we're in the main phase, click battle phase, hover over the monster, click attack, click the monster. And we're just gonna get out of this game. I believe if you're really new to Dueling Book, you guys haven't used it all before, you can go to Format, you can click Solo Mode, then click Host Duel, and you'll go right into the game. Alright, so this will be better to show you guys some commands. So some other stuff you could do like banish your hand by typing slash banish hand. Okay, and you notice how it shows like the draw phase, standby phase, and these extra zones? So that is because I did not click classic mode. So I want to go back to solo mode, host duel, I'll jump you right into it, you don't need an opponent. And there's the correct zones here. So you can do your drawing this way. So say I play Pot of Greed, I can do slash draw 2, it'll draw the 2. Some stuff that's nice to do, you can click, if you're playing like Delinquent Duo, you could click the roll dice button, and then you can click the card in your opponent's hand, count them over to 4, and that's a good way to do it. Showed the fusion deck. The log. So if there's ever like a dispute with you and your opponent of who did what, you click on this mathematician button here, and it'll pull up the log, and it'll show all the stuff that's been played. So I drew Metamorphosis, all the cards I drew that I activated Pot of Greed. It's not going to show, it'll show your opponent's cards and stuff that they did. It's not going to show stuff you're not supposed to know. It won't show like what cards they drew. It'll just say drew a card. I think that's the basics of how to play GOAT format on Dueling Book. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or join our Discord, and someone will be more than happy to help you guys out. Thanks.